direct examination of Charlie's ex-girlfriend, who's got a lot of information about Mac Banois, about money being stapled, and even Donna, Dwane Cates, watching along with us. He's in Phoenix, just survived the dust storm, and is with us. This witness, to me, really is impactful for Charlie, especially with the money being stapled. What about Donna? A little bit at the end, but did it move the ball at all for the state in terms of this case at hand, the one against Donna Adelson?
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering. I mean, it was who's on trial here, because Donna's hardly ever been mentioned at all in any of this. And, you know, I don't think that they moved the needle at all. Like you said, Charlie, I mean, the stapled money is damning to him, but has nothing to do with mom and with Donna. And just think about it, you know, if your children are being prosecuted and arrested, you know, she would obviously be a wreck whether she did something or not.
Yeah, and it's a great story. I mean, I think that the prosecution story that grandma is in charge, it's compelling. I think jurors will lap it up, but then at trial, if you don't have the goods, it could turn real quickly. At this point, we haven't really seen it. Now, there was mention of the bump, the FBI informant going up to her in the opening statements. We haven't gotten to that point, but this is a tougher case, is it not, than Charlie's prosecution?
Oh, absolutely. And something you got to keep in mind, this is a conspiracy case. I won a conspiracy trial because I told the juror that my client could be walking down the street with a bale of marijuana under each arm and not be guilty of conspiracy to possess marijuana for sale, because it's about the conspiracy. It's about an agreement between people to do something illegal. So they're going to have somebody that's going to testify, or some documents or something that shows that Donna made an agreement with people, you know, to cause this death. And I just don't think they've done it yet.
All right, let's get a break. When we come back, we'll see what the defense does on cross-examination with this witness to try to lean in. Maybe they'll make sure the jury picks up on the same things that we have picked up on the direct. Stay with us. That does it for the cross-examination. Dwane Cates, they seem to be pushing the same thing we were talking about. A lot of talk about the money, Charlie's money, his big safe, a lot of Charlie. Good strategy there on cross with this witness.
Well, I think it was particularly effective when she gets into the statement by Donna that, you know, that he was haunting them from the grave. And then in another trial, she testified that it seemed like that's what she felt like, not that she actually said those words. So I think that was effective.
And they got out. They didn't. It was bordering on that moment where you're thinking, okay, that's enough with this witness. And sure enough, that's when they wrapped up the cross. How important is that to know when it's time to stop?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of attorneys don't know when the time to stop is, and they keep going and going and going. And, you know, you don't want to bore the jury. You want it to be sharp. You want it to be fast. You want it to be interesting, and you want to make your points. And then sometimes you can make them a couple times just to make sure they got it. And then you need to sit down.
Yeah, and you don't want to risk June blurting out, well, I forget what I said at Mac Banois' trial, but right now I can hear it like it's yesterday. She was saying, Danny's back from the grave. You know, it was one of those moments where they got out, perfect timing before anything happened, and the witness was a little bewildered by the process. Let's get a break. When we come back, the state calls Charlie's friend to the stand, another friend.
That they keep a large amount of cash outside of banking institutions, that they have a large amount of cash in general. That's just the distinction I'm saying. But the statement is, I have too much cash.
Splitting the hairs pretty thin. On that matter, I'll reserve a ruling for now. Do you have a copy of slide 38 that I can review?
Yes, sir.
I love this judge. I also like that lady with the big goggles in the back. I don't know if you've noticed her. When they resume, look in the gallery in the back of the prosecution. There's a woman with some big sunglasses. Dwane Cates is watching. What do you think of this argument? The defense is saying, listen, you're talking about Charlie. You're talking about Charlie's cash. This is Donna's trial. Do they have a legitimate argument?
Oh, the defense has a great argument. Again, I'm not offering it for the truth of the matter, which, I have too much cash. The difference between I have too much cash and I'm offering it to prove that they have a lot of cash sounds like the truth of the matter asserted to me. So I think they probably should win on this. And again, this has nothing to do with Donna. Donna has nothing to do with this cash whatsoever.
Let's go back
other
into
than
the court.
Guilt by association, because her kid has a lot of cash. He's involved.
Yeah, let's go back into court.
As to slide 38, I will find that this does predate the conspiracy, at least as it's been alleged during this trial. Additionally, as to the discussion of cash and it flowing from one party to the next between the two Adelsons, as to that, it cannot be offered for the truth of the matter asserted. It is hearsay. The non-hearsay basis that it's being offered for, again, Ms. Dugan, is what exactly that's unrelated to the money specifically.
Can you say the last part is unrelated to what?
What is the unrelated aspect of this exhibit that's unrelated to the money that you're offering it for?
Right, I mean, it is related to the money. We're trying to establish that they keep a large amount of cash, they don't put it in banks, and they transfer it from one family member to another.
All right, then.
Transfer it via just giving it to them, as opposed to putting in a bank.
You may question Investigator Hull concerning what she learned as a result of going through the financial records, but as to the slide, I will sustain the objection unless there is another basis for which it's being offered, not.
All right, judge agrees with the defense halfway. Let's get a break.